Welcome to the Daily Block Crypto Update. Here's the latest news. Bitcoin's been a bit wobbly in August, but it's still around $110,000. Ethereum prices are chilling around $4,400, just under that mark after a nice run up. Spot Ether! ETFs took a hit with $952 million in outflows over 5 days, a big change from their strong August performance. Altcoins have been struggling, but some analysts think we might see a shift in September, especially if the Fed cuts rates. Still, traders are feeling nervous and pulling back from riskier options. The SEC and CFTC just dropped a joint statement showing they're ready to work together and be more open to crypto markets. Check out this CNBC video for all the juicy details.
Welcome back to Squawk on the Street. Bitcoin on pace for gains this week, along with stocks, holding above $110,000 a coin. The SEC unveiling its revamped regulatory initiatives for the space, including new potential rules around the offer and sale of crypto assets to, quote, provide greater certainty to the market. SEC Chair Paul Atkins stressing that a key priority of his chairmanship is clear rules of the road for the issuance, custody, and trading of crypto assets.
U.S. Bank has restarted its Bitcoin custody services for investment managers, indicating growing institutional demand. World Liberty Financial, WLFI, and American Bitcoin Corp, ABTCR, making waves again. Check out what their co-founders have to say about the latest buzz.
And I'm going to say world twice. World Liberty Financial, which has ties to the Trump family, including the president and his Mideast envoy, Steve Witkoff, is going to use Alt 5 Sigma Corporation to raise $1.5 billion for the purchase of its stablecoin WLFI token. Joining us now, World Liberty Financial co-founder and CEO Zach Witkoff, and incoming chairman of Alt 5 Sigma and World Liberty Financial co-founder and COO Zach Folkman. So
they got rules about being Zach
attack.
Thanks for having us.
It's good to have an incoming board.
Thanks for having us this morning.
One thing I think we should just jump into is making sure that we clear up what this whole transaction.
Okay, before I even ask you a question,
wow.
you're ready. I don't have to do it. I don't have to.
Ready to go.
I like this.
We're ready to go.
I like this. I don't have to do anything.
I just want to make sure that people are clear that this transaction is actually about Alt 5 Sigma acquiring the WLFI token, which is the governance token behind World Liberty Financial, which is different from our stablecoin USD1, which is the fastest growing stablecoin of all time.
Okay.
And also
there's a lot of things you just said there.
USD1's is that the Tether one, or what's the Tether?
No,
we're not Tether. We have our own independent stablecoin.
Yeah.
It's called USD1. It's currently the fastest growing stablecoin in the world.
But still pales in comparison to the Tether coin or the Circle coin.
We're growing quite quick, Joe. We've reached $2.2 billion in market cap in just under 90 days. It took our competitors, like you said, Circle and Tether, about 3 and 5 years respectively to get to those numbers. And we also trade about $500 million of volume a day, which speaks to the demand
compared
out there.
to how much?
Circle trades, I believe, around low single-digit billions. Call it 2 to 4 billion a day. I believe last I checked, Joe.
For those uninitiated, though, because you just said a lot of things there.
Yeah,
sure.
And we had Alaire
Let's
on
unpack
earlier. Did you
it.
see?
We're going to unpack it all.
We're going to unpack it. Okay, so you have this one coin that you're saying is separate from this whole deal.
Yes,
correct?
World Liberty Financial.
World Liberty Financial
is the token that's part of this deal.
Correct.
Okay.
It is the governance token that sits at the center of the World Liberty Financial ecosystem.
Okay.
USD1 is our stablecoin that Zach was just explaining.
Right. That is separate and apart from this whole situation.
Well, it's all part of the same thing. World Liberty Financial, the token sits at the center of it. USD1 is one of the products that we have rolled out.
Okay.
It's the fastest growing stablecoin of all time. And we're really excited to bring out some more things that are going to, really shock people.
I'll ask you a question about the stablecoin market, and something that we talked to Jeremy Allaire about, which is it sounds like there's going to be more and more competitors in this space over time. And obviously a lot of banks want to get into this business as well. He made the argument that there's a lot of network effects, that there's actually maybe only going to be a couple of big winners because of the network effects. Is that how you see it? Or do you see, if we were sitting all together 3 years from now, that there would be a dozen players in this space?
That's a great question. So I kind of agree with him, and I believe that USD1 is going to be one of the leaders of the space. We have a very unique team.
Which raises the next question. Explain the economics of the way your stablecoin, USD1, works.
Yep.
Relative, for example, to what Jeremy Allaire is doing, and how there's where the money is that effectively pays for the loyalty programs.
Yeah, so that's a great point. Unlike our competitor, we have no long-term rev share deal with any of our distribution partner. So while we're only 1/30th the market cap of Circle, we are already far more profitable than they are. Now, that's because Circle and Coinbase made a deal a long time ago that Coinbase gets 60% of the revenue that comes from Circle, regardless of what happens in perpetuity. USD1 is completely chain and distribution partner agnostic. So all of the listings, all of the Binance listings and all the other exchange listings that we have was earned business, whereas Circle pays for play. Because Circle is owned by Coinbase, other exchanges don't want to work with them. They're being paid to work with them. But they view working with Circle as doing a deal with the devil because they're directly supporting their competitor.
What do you really think?
I mean, I'm just telling you the truth. It's a USD1 future.
Cardano. ADA. The network has reached its 1-year milestone for decentralized governance and has been cleared of past allegations by an independent audit. ADA is holding its support level, but analysts are watching whether it can reach the $1 mark this month. AI and tokenization. The integration of AI with crypto continues to grow. Bank of America also highlighted the potential of tokenization for enhanced liquidity despite existing hurdles. Check out this clip of BlackRock's Larry Fink discussing crypto investments.
Explain that move into ETFs. How far does it go?
When we bought BGI in 2009, we were ridiculed by most of the financial community for saying you cannot marry the culture of an active investor, who we were, and a passive culture. And we said, why? Our clients use both products. Our job is to be agnostic to our clients, to work with our clients, and to provide a whole portfolio solution. But over time, more and more clients started to think about, how do I want to get an exposure? Do I want an exposure in this area or this product? And I could do that through actively investing in ETFs. In 2012, we said, ETFs are going to be the new engine for fixed income. And boy, did that get a lot of ridicule by many people in the business community. And today, the fixed income markets are totally imbued by ETFs. And so at BlackRock, when we bought BGI, we had $290 billion of ETFs. Today, we have $3.5 trillion. And then this week alone, just yesterday, we launched the iShares Bitcoin ETF. And so I would say to you, if we could ETF a Bitcoin, imagine what we could do with all financial instruments. And so what we announced in our architectural change, iShares was this business division in itself. And we thought that's too exclusive. We needed to include the ethos, the philosophy, the spirituality of what iShares can provide in everything we do at BlackRock. Because we believe we're just halfway there in the ETF revolution, that everything is going to be ETF'd. And we needed to ensure both active products, passive products, digital products are going to be used through the vehicle of ETFs. At the same time, in this architectural change, we're elevating the whole concept that we are going to be curating more and more of our performance-based products too. So it's a very large architectural change. A lot of people have asked me, iShares is the most successful division within BlackRock. Look what it did. Why are you doing this now? And we believe it's so important to be anticipating the next move. I would also say on the beginnings of a ETF Bitcoin, we believe ETFs are a technology no different than Bitcoin was a technology for asset storage. We believe the next step going forward will be the tokenization of financial assets. And that means every stock, every bond will have its own, basically, CUSIP. It'll be on one general ledger. Every investor, you and I, will have our own number, our own identification. we could rid ourselves of all issues around illicit activities around bonds and stocks and digital by having a tokenization. But the most importantly thing, we could customize strategies through tokenization that fits every individual. We would have instantaneous settlement. Think about all the costs of settling bonds and stocks. But if you had a tokenization, everything would be immediate because it's just a line item. And so we believe this is a technological transformation for financial assets. I believe if you want to talk about voting and voting choice and all the things, if we know every moment who is the owner of that stock and it's now time to vote, every individual who has ownership is identified and they can vote their own shares.
Is this the end of mutual funds?
I think, well, a lot of people, it's a wrapper. It's not the end of it, but I would say the dominant form of bringing products going forward will be in the form of ETFs.
That's a wrap for today. Stay tuned for future updates.